Hey guys, Harsh here, back in the video. So today I have a very special car for you guys, and this is the TARMAC Works Owners Club 23-24 edition of the Mercedes W13, and this is a special membership car which you get when you purchase the TARMAC Works membership, which is called TWOC, TARMAC Works Owners Club. And as you can see, this is the 2022 Belgium Grand Prix show car. So this wasn't like the actual livery on the car, it was just a simple like show for their 55th anniversary of the Mercedes AMG Petronas, and they just like showed this in a show and then went back to their like silver livery for the rest of the race. So it is a quite nice model to have. You can see the Global 64 logo on top, and as you can see it comes in this very nice cardboard box as all the TWOC cars. So let's quickly unbox it and see what we get inside. It will actually be quite interesting to see like how the quality on this particular model is, because as far as I know, like TARMAC Works isn't really good with the quality of their F1 models, because I have received quite a few of them with some minor defects. So it slides out very nicely, and here is the box. It is a flap type box, so I think it is opens up from here, and inside we have the car itself, but we'll get back to it. Let's look at the box. You get the George Russell 63 and Lewis Hamilton 44 on the other side. This is like a multi-numbered car, so one side you will get George Russell number 63 and one side the Lewis Hamilton version. So now let's see what's inside. We get the car itself, and then we have the Owners Club card. I got the chassis number 617 by the looks of it. So let's just quickly see what the card is actually made out of, because this time I think it's not made out of metal. It is just a simple rubber card, I believe. So if we just take it out, yes, so I think it is made out of metal, but it has like this sort of rubbery finish or acrylic type finish on top of it, and there are some smudges over here. So let me just see if I can remove them. Yes, they are removable, so it can be cleaned and put like in a very nice display or whatever. So very nice. So let me just put it back in its package over here and take out our model. So this time around they have gone with a full 360 view, so the back cardboard is also missing, so you can like get views from both the ends on either side. You can see that we have the number 44 on this side and number 63 on that side, which is quite nice. Nothing too special on the cardboard piece over here, because all the information and the licensing is actually mentioned over here. You can see the Mercedes sticker over there. So here is the car itself. Let's quickly unbox it. And here we get our first look at the car itself. You can see like how nicely it is detailed, and this time I believe they have done a quite significant job at it. There are, I think, not many quality control issues going on. It is only held by one screw from the bottom. So let's remove it and take a closer look at it. So upon taking a closer look, I think this is one of the best TARMAC Works F1 models that I have received so far, because there isn't like misalignment issue going on or whatsoever. So that is quite nice. And let me just talk about the livery first. It goes from this like silver, which was their go-to livery for the 2022 season, and it slightly fades to this very nice red color. It almost looks like Ferrari now if you look at it from the front, you can see, but you get some like these tail Petronas colors which distinguish it from that. So, and as always, starting with the front, you can see we have the very nice front wing with the Petronas logo on both of them, quite nicely and clearly visible, as you can see. And we have the team viewer logo right at the bottom. On the front wing end plate, both on the inside and the outside, we have the INEOS and IWC logo along with this like carbon fiber aerodynamic piece sticking out. And at the front, it looks like some sort of like commemorative logo or something like that, I'm not sure. And then on top of that, we have the Pirelli, CrowdStrike, and then two other logos that I cannot actually recognize. And on top of that, we have the main sponsor, which is the Petronas. Now moving upwards, we can see we have the suspension over here. I think it could have been more detailed. You can see like they are like in a singular piece somewhere, something like that. These two pieces that you see over here are a singular mold, not two separate molds. So could have done a little bit of better job there, but still I think it's quite nice. You can see we have like the little aerodynamic pieces over here as well for the front wing camera view. The rim of the tire, as you can see, is also very nicely detailed, and this time around the Pirelli P0 is quite nicely printed on the tires walls, which is nice to see because sometimes I have received a model from TARMAC Works in which like this was like hugely misaligned, so that is nice. And the rim has this very nice silver finish given to it. In my opinion, I think they could have kept this for their entire season because it looks absolutely sick. The printing is also on the inside of the tire, for the hardwall tire on the inside. That is quite nice. At the front of the cockpit you can see we have the AMG logo and the 55 years of celebration logo as well. Usually there is, I think, like Tommy Hilfiger logo, but this time around they have switched it. On the front of the halo you can see we have another Petronas logo and the like 360-degree camera. I believe this one is little dot that you see on the top right in front of the halo, or maybe I think this is this sort of like impression which is at the back of this particular antenna. This time around it is quite stiff, so you won't be able to break it quite easily. This time around the halo is also very nicely detailed. The colors are matching perfectly with the body and the halo design, because the body I think is made out of metal and the halo is usually made out of plastic, so sometimes there is a bit of mismatch in the paint shades. So it is actually like very minute, but sometimes it is quite easily visible to the naked eye. The dashboard area is now a lot simpler, although I am not seeing any like carbon fiber finish on there, which is sort of disappointing, but the detailing is I think quite good on this one. You can like see individual fins over here, and one of the best details I have seen on this model is the underneath over here. So you may be wondering why this brown piece over here. This is actually the plank that is underneath every car, and which is measured to like check if the car is too low to the ground or too high to the ground. So this plank is usually visible when like there is a crash and the car is upside down or flips, so you will be able to get a glimpse of it, and it is usually like hidden away from the spectators in quite a big way, so you won't be able to like notice it. But TARMAC Works have gone out of their way to put this onto the car, and it has also a slight impression on it, so it is like a separate piece. It is not just painted, they have like pasted separate piece onto the underneath of the body, which is also like a huge thing. The cockpit has no driver inside it for obvious reasons. The steering wheel is present in the cockpit, but there is like no detail whatsoever onto the steering wheel given. No dials, no screens, nothing like that. It is just a simple black flat piece of block which is stuck onto the car body. There are like handles to hold it in place like you see on the feed when you watch it live, but that's about it. On the right side of the car you can see we have the number 44 for Lewis Hamilton, and if you flip this around you can see on the left side we have George Russell 63 number, and this is like in a white background with black text. This is like the way they used to print numbers on the cars in way back like 30-40 years ago. Kind of like a retro look this was given, and to be honest it looks kind of good. And at the back you can see we have the normal numbers on both the sides there, as you can see, yellow for Hamilton and blue for Russell. On the top of the halo we have few sponsors as well. They are also very nicely detailed and visible. Also on the side we can see we have the AMD logo along with its logo, quite nicely visible as well. And underneath that we have the team viewer again, and this like black tape or something like that. I'm not sure what it is. Okay, so I think it's like a vent over here by the design of it. You can see that it is also present over here, but it is like painted in its like silver color, so you won't be able to see it quite often. And here you can see the separated, like the livery from here changes to the red and goes all the way to the front, and from this line onwards it is like purely silver. So a very nice partition there as well. Side pods are missing obviously, as you can see they are almost non-existent, so I won't bother like taking a look inside that. On the back we have this like star pattern over here. Obviously these stars are the AMG logo, the middle one that you see. INS logo on the top, quite nicely clearly visible. The T-cam in this case is painted yellow. I'm guessing that they didn't want to leave it black, so they just like painted it yellow. It is only painted in one car, not the other cars. That way I think the teams can identify which driver is which. Now moving to the back suspension, you can see it is also very nicely detailed, although you can see the track rod that connects both of the back wheels together, which is sort of disappointing. Minijetty did a pretty good job in hiding that, so I think TARMAC Works could also do so. The back wheel is also quite nicely detailed. It is like a simple race spec wheel. There is no rim painting going on like the front one over here, as you can see, but still looks very nice. And you can think of it like this: if you place your finger over here, the front half of the car is like a fully show car, and the back half you can consider like a full race spec car. So I think like this was on purpose. If it is, I am a genius in detecting that. If not, I am a stupid guy just speaking nonsense. Taking a look at the back wing, we can see we have the FTX logo, and underneath that we have a very tiny logo as well, which I think, let me just try to zoom in and see what it is. Okay, it is unreadable, but if I knew the brand, then I would have probably guessed it right. On the top we have the huge Petronas logo with the DRS actuator. It is quite a bit away from the actual front wing. It should be touching the back wing right at the bottom, which is right underneath the O. It should be touching, but in this case it is not. As you can see, it is quite far away. You can see the gap between those, which is I think okay, because in bigger models as well it is quite often missed. On the back you can see we have the Ineos logo again in this reddish paint over here, and on the inside we have the Petronas logo. The exhaust over here is also very nicely detailed. It is black painted on the inside and has given a burned metal finish on the outside, which is I guess the real case on the real car. And underneath that we have the energy conservation light, or the indication light, for whenever it is raining. So whenever the car is in energy recovery mode, the red lights on here blink, and whenever it is raining, the light is constantly blinking to let the other driver know that there is a car in front, because usually in the rain the visibility is quite low. So that is, guys, the 2324 Tarmac Works Owners Club membership car, and this time around they have I think gone all out to produce this absolute beast of a model. And from what I have read, this is going to be their last Owners Club membership car, and after that they will just only sell the membership, because that increase the cost of their membership, because you have to get the car with it. You cannot buy the separate membership. So that is quite disappointing news, but it is what it is. We have to live with that. So thanks for watching this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I have actually got the previous year membership cards as well, so I will be unboxing them and reviewing them on this channel as well. So stay tuned for those video, guys, as well, and I will catch you all in the next one.